Did you see it? Did you see the Raptors put in work tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers? They win 126 to 104. First thing on the agenda, we're going to drop one. We're going to drop one for the Toronto Raptors because they showed up and showed out tonight. Absolutely big time win against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They make it a series 2-1. And now we got to wait to see what happens in game 4 on Sunday. But before we get there, we have a lot of things that we have to discuss. We have a lot of bombs that we got to drop for people tonight because it's an exciting night. It's an exciting night because we saw some people evolve tonight. We saw some people man the hell up tonight and do what they had to do. 126 to 104. So it ain't like they just got the victory here. They put belt to ass in this game, okay? And you know what else I'm happy about? Because I was going to go off if the crowd didn't show up and show out tonight. I'm gonna show some love for the crowd. I'm gonna show some love to the people at Scotiabank Arena because I promise you, I was gonna go off on them if they did not. Like I was gonna lose it if they didn't show up tonight. But they were loud, they were rowdy. It is exactly what we wanted to see. I didn't see too much in regards to Jurassic Park because I wasn't online that much, but they did their thing at Scotiabank Arena tonight. There was a lot of people in the building, so I was excited to see that. But overall in this one, hold on a second. Johnny is in the building at almost 11 p.m. at night. No way, this can't be. I'm a drop one for Johnny for being in here at 11 p.m. at night. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He has to wake up early. Trouty, what is going on? Ash YI4TW, what is going on? Jeremy Nauman, I don't know, but you're in here and I appreciate it. So first of all, there are so many things that we have to discuss. Let's start here. Okay. Your best players got to be your best players. And tonight, Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett showed up with a vengeance. And also, the unsung hero in Jamison. Yes, you heard me correctly. Jamison Battle. Jamison freaking Battle. Well, you had a spacing issue. There was your answer. Okay? Because if you didn't see this game and now you're tuning into here and just finding out whether you're watching it live or the next day, Jamison Battle played 16 minutes in this game. 4 of 4 from three-point range, 5 of 5 overall in this game. He had 14 points in 16 minutes and just lit the Cavs up from three-point range in the fourth quarter. I mean, he was absolutely unconscious. And guess what? He's the first guy. Jamison Battle, although we have a lot of stuff that we got to drop for players tonight, Jamison Battle is going to get the first bomb tonight. Okay? He is going to get the first one tonight because, damn it, he showed up and went crazy in the fourth quarter. I mean, are you kidding me? There is no way in hell you could have predicted that. I mean, if he made 1, 2, maybe even 3, but 4 triples down the stretch to blow this thing open. I mean, are you kidding me? And listen, we're going to start here. And you guys know I love me some RJ Barrett. Yeah, you guys already know. I love me some RJ Barrett. Now, listen, let's talk about it for a second. RJ Barrett in this one. 39 minutes in this game. 39 minutes in this game, he had 33 points. Okay. 33 points in this game. Let's turn on all stats here so I could see a bit of everything. 33 minutes, 33 points, 6 of 8 from 3-point range, 12 of 19 from the field overall. 5 rebounds, 5 assists in this game, gave you 2 steals and a block. Okay. Scotty Barnes in this one, another 33 points in this game, 11 of 17 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3-point range, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 11 assists and 5 rebounds. And I'm going to drop one for both of them, damn it. I'm going to drop one for both of them. I mean, listen, just a great effort overall tonight. They showed up and played like men tonight. They played like men tonight. I'm going to get to some of you guys right now quickly before I even continue with this. Ash says, Ash White at 4TW, let's go Raps. Let's go from Jeremy. Let's go from Johnny. Trouty, Raps win, Raps win. Adam, Raps in 6. Take it easy. RJ killed LeBronto, says logical Raptors fanatic. Pretty funny there. What else do we have here? Hell yeah, love RJ. Brandon got benched, LOL, and some fans want RJ to be traded. Shake my head. Well, he deserved to be benched, to be completely honest with you. Ingram tonight. And by benched, he still played 29 minutes, but Darko did make the adjustments. And that's one thing that we did talk about. You can't be afraid to make an adjustment. You don't have a choice at this point. You can't go down 3-0 in this series. You cannot go 3 down in any series in NBA history because we know how that turns out. So the fact that he said, all right, the hell with Ingram right now, we're going to space the floor strictly with 3-point shooting with Jamison Battle. And damn it, it paid off. So you know what? We're going to drop a bomb here for Darko Rajakovic as well. Okay, and so who else am I going to get to before Real Truth? Let's put this up here, and let's get some of your comments on the screen as well. Let's make it tall so everybody can get in here. Mike, I'm shocked. Great effort tonight, RJ and Barnes. Colomare Boyles, Battle, and Sandro were great. I said Cavs in 5. If Raptors can somehow win Game 4, we truly have a series. BI needs to step up. 100% agree. 100% agree. And listen, I don't think that Real Truth, I don't think you're being harsh. I think you're just being a realist with what you're seeing, right? And so if they can get this type of performance out of them consistently, which is going to be tough to do. I mean, you're not going to see the opposition in regards to James Harden and Donovan Mitchell with 18 and 15 respectively. But I mean, Donovan Mitchell, 7 of 16, just a complete non-factor in this game. Harden was a factor at times during this game because he's just flat out tough to stop off the dribble. And he was hurting the Raptors a bit earlier in the game. But when it came to the latter part of the third and the fourth, RJ started doing a much better job in the second half, containing the dribble, staying in front of James Harden, because when Harden gets into the paint, he's almost pretty much impossible to stop. He's going to throw up the little floater, if not going all the way to the rim. And then if you come over on help side, he's going to lob it up for one of the trees, either Allen or Mobley. So he's just extremely tough to stop. But if you can do a good job on the perimeter, staying in front of him, then it makes things a lot tougher for Cleveland. It makes things a lot tougher for Cleveland. So Cavs fans never heard of Jamison Battle. They were in shock. Well, guess what? Jamison Battle has torched the Cleveland Cavaliers. Remember there was a game where Jamison Battle, I think, shot like 6 for 6 from 3-point range early on in the season. Hilarious. For whatever reason, Jamison Battle does not like Cleveland. He does not like Cleveland whatsoever. And I'm absolutely here for it. Like I said, I like Raps in this series. We can make more adjustments than they can. You're not wrong there, Nana. You're not wrong there. Listen, let's look at the bench with some of these guys right now. I talked to you about Battle, but there's somebody else that we have to discuss, and we're going to drop a bomb immediately because Colin Murray Boyles, they're all talking about him online right now. The game was on Prime. The world is watching. I see everybody talking about him, all these analysts and stuff they talk about. They're just realizing that Colin Murray Boyles is good now. They're just realizing that he's good now. Colin Murray Boyles played 28 minutes in this game. He had 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He had 5 offensive rebounds. We're going to drop one. Okay. 28 minutes in this game. And listen, we'll talk about some of these other guys as well, because Pirtle, don't get me wrong, he wasn't stellar, but he was better than any version that we saw of him in game 1 and 2. He was better than that. Not stellar, but damn it, at least he gave you a minimal of something. He gave you tonight. 18 minutes he played in this. So Colin Murray Boyles played 10 more minutes than he did. That's a good adjustment there. He did start the game, but still a good adjustment by Darko. He had 8 points. He was 4 of 6 from the field. He gave you 6 rebounds and 2 assists in this game. So he was better than whatever the hell we saw in game 1 and 2. Give us that at least, Pirtle. Give us that. And you know what? We can live with that because now we have one Colin Murray Boyles. Okay. Shout out to Ash YF4TW again with the super chat funds. I'm gonna drop one. Really appreciate that. Any funds that I get, I will be using to improve the quality of this show. So I really, really appreciate you, Ash YF4TW. Thank you very, very much. I'm gonna get to the comments for a second. CMB was outrageous tonight too. That man is 20 years old. He's a phenomenal player for a rookie. And the NBA is going to see what Colin Murray Boyles is all about right now. I am now a Scotty Barnes fanboy. Hilarious. Okay. I do want to get here before we start breaking down some of this game a little bit. Ingram tonight. So even though he only had 12 points, I'm glad he didn't necessarily force the issue with his shooting, because it looked like he was trying to do that early, but he made some adjustments. So that was good to see there. 5 of 9 from the field, 1 or 2 from 3-point range in 29 minutes with the 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. So at least he wasn't a detriment. He wasn't great. Still needs to step it up. But he didn't put on a horrific shooting performance like he did the game before. He recognized at least that he was kind of jittery, it looked like to me. He was forcing it a little bit too much, trying to put the ball, pound the ball, get his shot. He wasn't getting it, so he's passing it off. Yes, he was forcing the issue, trying to get the shot, but I'm happy he never forced the shot up, because that would have killed us. So big shout out to the Raptors. And we're going to start with the game breakdown here. And you guys stick with me. Make sure you're staying in the chat, because I do want to read a lot of the stuff that you guys are saying. Okay. Not shameless tanking last year was the right choice, because we still got a top 5 guy at 9th. Very, very good pick. Raptors definitely hit on that one. Real Truth again says, Mike, one of the best performances all season. They showed toughness and commitment. That's all I and many fans, including you, want to see. I've asked Darko to give Battle more minutes all season. Completely agree. Just completely agree, because you know what? It's and you're right here, because it's not. And I know this is very cliche. I've coached a long time, but it is true though. It's not just about winning and losing, even though yes, it is the pros and you always want to win, but it is also how you play the game. And it, like you mentioned here, they showed toughness and commitment. Those things matter. They matter. Toughness matters. The Raptors were more physical tonight, right? You have to be a physical team. When you are a playoff team, You can't be around here just getting bumped and pushed around. Did you see that play early on? I think it was like in the second quarter when RJ was out of bounds on the sideline. He was inbound the ball and like Harden was like hounding him, pretty much stepping on the sideline, and RJ pushed him. And people thought they were going to give a technical to RJ, but they actually called a delay of game on James Harden. And so there's small things, the toughness part. The toughness part is key. The toughness part is key. It has to be there. You have to be a team that is ready to intimidate the opposition if need be. You have to be. And not because you're trying to be some fake tough guy. You just have to let people know who the hell you are. You can't just come in to our city and push us the hell around. That's not how this is going to work. And if you have to throw an elbow and throw some sand and gravel in people's eye and hit them in the groin, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but it's a big boy league right now. You got to do what the hell you got to do here. Okay? Period. The Raptors held Cleveland to 81 field goal attempts in this game. They had 6 more field goal attempts than the Cleveland Cavaliers in this game. The Raptors shot 57% from the field. 57% from the field. They shot 50 of 87, and they assisted 29 times on those 50 made field goals. Okay? The one thing that I'm very happy with that I thought might come back to haunt the Raptors was their free throw shooting. I am glad that did not come back to haunt them, because I told myself, damn it, if they lose this thing, it might be because of free throw shooting, especially if it's a 1 or 2 point game. They shot 12 of 21. 12 of 21 from the free throw line. They shot 57% from the line. I was not happy about that. Not happy about that. But damn it, let's start the breakdown here. And we'll go from here. A lot of stuff in the chat to read. And I will get to them. Okay, so no quickly again in this game if you weren't watching. Starters Jacoby Walter. Jacoby Walter started in this game. RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, Jakob Poeltl started this game. Okay? Now, why do you start Jacoby in this one? Well, gives you spacing, obviously, and he's a bigger defender. Gives you spacing, and he's a bigger defender. And I'll talk about Jacoby Walter a little bit later in this game. I'm going to tell you his stats here, though. 26 minutes, 0 points, 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from three-point range, and gave you 2 rebounds. But there's another reason why I'm going to talk about him a little bit later in the show. So, first of all, the Raptors this season, 24-17 at home. So they've been pretty decent at home. And so the first thing that I'm looking at here is how is RJ and Scotty going to start this game? Because the last game in game 2 in Cleveland, RJ had 22 points, and 20 of his points came in the paint. 20 of his 22 points came in the paint in game 2 in Cleveland. So I'm there wondering, okay, are they going to start this thing off aggressive? It can't just be Barrett. It has to be Barnes. Remember I talked about it on the last episode, right? Remember I had Rob from Pensari. Penn was on the show, and we talked about it. I don't want to see any disappearing acts from Barnes. He's got to be aggressive and aggressive early. And that he was. And RJ had 5 of the first 10 points with 7:46 remaining in the first quarter. Scotty now drills 2 threes. Scotty's been shooting the rock. That's a good sign. RJ now drills a 3. But the only thing from the Raptors that were making me nervous in that first quarter were they were overly aggressive, like super, super aggressive on the defensive end to the point where they were hacking. And because of that, they ended up getting the Cavs into bonus early with 7:13 remaining in the first quarter. Already 6 personal fouls from the Raptors in this one. Raptors were 3 of 3 from three-point range, and RJ had 11 of the Raptors' first 19 points. And Scotty did pick up 2 fouls pretty early in that first quarter, and so I was worried about that because he did have to go to the bench, right? And you need him on the floor as long as humanly possible at this point. I don't give a damn if you got to play him 42, 43 minutes. I could care less at this point because you have, listen, you ain't trying to go down 3-0. You ain't trying to go down 3-0. Hell no. Absolutely hell no. And RJ and Scotty, they said the same thing in the press conference. Did you hear? I'll play it for you.
Ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want.
That's classic post-game stuff right there. That is classic post-game stuff. Listen, Ingram to me, because I talked about him just a little bit, he did give you the 12 points, but nothing substantial, right? To me, he needs to make that adjustment, become a passer if he has to. But he has to play within the flow of the game. You can't be forcing it right, forcing it left. And no. If guys are all over you, you can't get your shot off. Don't force it up. Try to get to the rim and try to get to the free throw line. That was the only thing, especially not the only thing, but last game in game 2, the thing that really stood out to me, it's aside from his 3 of 15 shooting, he went 0 of 0 from the free throw line. So that means you're going to take your shot, but you're not willing to mix it up. You got to mix it up. And if your shot is not falling, get to the free throw line if possible because you're a good free throw shooter. You got to be willing to mix it up from all 3 levels. And that's what I liked specifically tonight about the way that Scotty and RJ were playing. Their points can come from anywhere. They're not one-trick ponies, right? They can get to the basket. Scotty will pull up and shoot that mid-range. RJ will more take a floater, and they can step back from 3 as well. So they're going to do it from all 3 levels. And if they're on, it's a pick your poison kind of thing. I'm sorry, but I have to go. Good night, Mike, and everyone. I know you're waking up early, Johnny. It's all good, man. We'll chat tomorrow. But overall in this one, the Raptors, this is what you were happy to see as well. 31-25 after the first quarter. So they hold the lead after the first quarter. And with that being said, from a defensive standpoint, and I told you they're being super aggressive, they did well from a defensive standpoint. Not completely, but they did well. They turned Cleveland over. Cavs, 9 turnovers in the first quarter. Raptors had 6, but the Raptors were also 5 of 5 from three-point range. Scotty had 10 points. RJ had 11. The other thing that was concerning me was that Cleveland was plus 10 on the boards. And so that really, really worried me at the same time. So I was monitoring that going forward. What do we got here? Raptors knew they couldn't let Cleveland disrespect them at home. Plus, Tempo was watching. Some of the ladies from the Toronto Tempo were in the building today. I'm going to drop one for the Toronto Tempo. Okay. What do we got here? Starting lineups need to be Scotty, CMB, RJ, Walter, Shed are the best players. Battle the 6-man from behind. You see, I still think they're going to stick with the lineup. I don't think they want Shed in the starting lineup right now because the size. They want more size in that starting lineup, and they want that spacing with 3-point shooting. So I think they're going to go back with Jacoby Walter again. We'll see what happens. Some players don't show up when the lights are bright. BI needs to step up, man. Man up. It's not about you, BI. It's about the team. 100%. That's what we talked about. 100%. 100%. It's got to be about the team. Always. Always. So, let's get into the second quarter here, because Cleveland comes out and they're super aggressive now to start the second quarter. They commit 3 fouls by the 10:41 mark in the second quarter. Raptors playing with much more force tonight, though, much more aggressive. The only part is they were going to the free throw line, and now they missed 4 straight free throws, which is what we talked about before. Barnes picks up his third foul. With 9:05 remaining in the second quarter. He had 12 points at that point. It was a 31-37 Raptors lead. And then subsequently, Cleveland goes on a 9-0 run with 7:43 remaining in that second quarter. And the Raptors in bonus with 7:43. So it's important for them to be aggressive. Why do I talk about Scottie Barnes being aggressive all the time? You guys know I always talk about this. Penn was on the show. We discussed it. I discuss it all the time. Why? Because when Scottie Barnes is aggressive, right? This is what he does. 33 points in 35 minutes. When Scottie Barnes is aggressive going to the basket, who on a consistent basis is going to be able to stop him? Seriously. Like, I'm literally asking, who's going to be able to stop him? Look at his size and strength. Agile at the same time at 6'9". Like, who's going to be able to stop him consistently if he keeps going at you? They're not going to be able to. That's why you need him to be aggressive. And when he's aggressive, now gravity happens. Other players are going to start looking. They're going to start looking, putting 2 guys, 3 eyes on him. 3 different sets of eyes are going to be on him. And he's going to open things up for your other teammates. Also, why? You want him to be aggressive. Why? Because he's a good free throw shooter. He's a good free throw shooter. He'll get to the line and knock shots down. So you want to see him be aggressive because you need him to keep you in the game. You need him to keep you in the game. Remember, when we played in game 2, Raptors never had a lead the entire game. The entire game, the Raptors did not have a lead. But when Scottie is consistently going and being aggressive, and then you add a RJ Barrett in that mix as well, now you have guys that you can play off of, right? You have guys that you can play off of because the defense has to focus on those guys. And now when the defense has to focus on those guys because Scottie's lighting you up and RJ's lighting your ass up, now you put on a shooter, you make the adjustment, you have a Jamison Battle out there, and now he's knocking down shots for you. Right? And so all of these different things matter. And Jacoby can do that as well. I don't think there's many times you're going to be looking at Jacoby going 0 of 6 from the field. I really don't think so. And so hopefully he is going to make some shots for you next game as well. Right? So Barnes, like I mentioned, picks up his 3rd foul. The Raptors are in bonus as well. Ingram ends up picking up his 4th foul. His 4th foul with 3:57 remaining in the second quarter. And I'm there saying, oh boy, all right. This guy's about to wet the bed in this game. I mean, when I saw Ingram pick up the 4th foul, I was like,
It's happening over here during whole season. I've been holding it back. It's a complete crap. This is completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this.
This is how I was feeling. That's how I was feeling when I saw him pick up that damn 4th foul. But you know what? I said it is what it is. We're going to have to depend on, obviously, Scottie and RJ and CMB in this one. CMB, 5 of 5 from the field with 3:13 remaining. I believe he had 12. Yes, 12 points at the half. Raptors 24-14 points in the paint going into the half. But the Cavs, listen to this, 34-17 on the rebounding battle at the half. The Cavs, listen to this. Overall in this game, the Cavs shot 14 of 45 from three-point range. I'm going to get to my brethren, Sean Douglas. I'm going to drop one for Sean Douglas. Let's see what Sean Douglas says. Always love CMB's activity level on the defensive end, but tonight he was aggressive offensively, and none of his 22 points looked forced. That's a great point. A great point. Well, one thing that I recognize is that if you listen to him at the half, one thing that he mentioned, right, was we have to be aggressive because they're not paying them any attention. If you look at the way that they're guarding them, Cleveland ain't showing no respect to Colin Murray-Boyles and to Jakob Poeltl. They know when they get the ball, what did he say? He said, listen, when we get in the ball, they're just completely sagging off of us. And so if you have the ball and they're completely sagging off on you, they're literally just looking at you and saying what? You know what they're saying when they're just completely sagging off of you? This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. That's what they're saying you are. That's what they're saying you are. You're doo-doo. He can't do anything. He can't do anything. So Murray-Boyles recognizes that they're sagging off of him. What does he do? He makes the adjustment because it's not like he has to throw it up from three-point range. It's 12 feet away. 8-footer, 9-footer. Throw it up. Shoot it. Throw up the little floater. You can make that. And so that's exactly what he did. When he wasn't right underneath the basket, he's getting space. He's taking it. So I like that. RJ, 13 points, 2 rebounds at the half. Scotty had 18 points and 6 assists. And so let's get to the third, but let me read a few more things here first. Maybe those 4 fouls on BI were a blessing. It let us see what the Raps can do with a better spacing lineup. Sorry, folks. I'm doing a lot better. This cold is almost gone, so I'm happy about that, but still working on me a bit. Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not wrong here. The spacing was definitely something that was necessary, something they made the adjustment with. I'm happy it worked out for one Jamison Battle. We'll talk about him a little bit more in just a second. But overall, yes, I mean, it solves a massive problem for you. It solves a huge problem for you. And shout out to Jamison Battle for being ready. Shout out one more time for Jamison Battle for being ready. Remember, it's been an up and down season for Jamison Battle. He's been in and out of the lineup all season long. So the fact that he gets his name called, goes onto the court, and shows up and shows out like that, I'm going to have to drop one for Jamison Battle. Again, I'm going to drop one more. I mean, they just had no answer for him. No answer for him. I mean, the place was just absolutely going crazy for Jamison Battle with the way that he played. Just crazy. Okay. Before I get into the third quarter, Real Truth said CMB, like OG, is a solid defensive player. The difference is he has higher upside in his offensive game skill than OG did in his rookie early career. He also showed maturity and passion. Completely agree. OG went off tonight for the Knicks, and I think he had like 39. I think he had 29 points in 39 minutes. I could be wrong. But before I get into the third quarter, the Knicks lost again tonight. They're down 2-1 against the Hawks. and you still got another game in the ATL. I got news for y'all right now. Everybody, and I mean absolutely everybody in New York is panicking right now. They are panicking right now, boy. I tell you that right now. Listen, Scotty for the third quarter, all right, just comes out super aggressive, which is exactly what we needed to see. All right, quick 6 points, right, with just over 9:50 remaining. He has 6 points. So in 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes, picks up 6 points quickly. And he stays aggressive. He's attacking Allen, which is good because he made Allen pick up his fourth foul. RJ, this is where I see now things starting to take a turn in the right direction for the Raptors defensively. Okay? Because this is where RJ, to me, started doing better defensively, picking up Harden. Because, guys, as much as we want to sit in front of the TV and watch, Harden is a really tough cover. He has a handle. He's shifty. You play off of him too much, he's going to pull up on you. You get too close to him when he's putting his handle to work, he's going to go by you. You know he wants to go left. And you know he's going to go left, but he's still tough to stop. That's the thing. But RJ was doing a better job staying in front of him. And when you do a good job on Harden, right, it disrupts the entire flow of their offense. Because a lot of it is predicated on Harden being able to get into that paint. And then when he gets in there, he just picks you apart. It's a pick your poison type of thing. And he's so good at it. He's so good at it. Because he'll take the floater. He'll lob it up to one of the towers. You'll foul him. He'll bait you and get to the free throw line. Damn it, he's just really, really good at it. Raptor champ, what's going on? BI has learned a lesson. We could win even if he shoots and gets 9 points, but he could help the team win without scoring. Agreed. 100% agree. You can do other things. So RJ's defense, like I mentioned, is picked up, and Harden was turning it over. What are the turnovers looking like for those guys in this one? James Harden, wow. James Harden had 8 turnovers. 8 turnovers. And RJ did a pretty damn good job of that in the second half. Mitchell had 3 turnovers tonight. The one guy, again, that is just really irritating the hell out of me in this series from Cleveland is Max Strus. Somebody needs to control and contain his ass. Because this guy just comes into the game and starts hitting dudes up. All right? 15 points off the bench in 26 minutes. 4 of 8 from three-point range. 6 assists. 6 rebounds and 3 assists and a steal. They got to keep that guy under control. He is not shy. And he ain't afraid. He will light your ass up if you ain't careful. You got to watch him. Now, remember I said before that I was going to come back and talk about Jacoby Walter for a second, even though he didn't do anything offensively. What I did like and what I did see from Jacoby Walter was some of that 3/4 length defense that he was playing. Okay? He did a pretty damn good job from a defensive standpoint at certain parts of this game. And you know what? I'm going to drop one for him. And I'm going to drop one, too, for Colin Murray-Boyles strictly on the defensive end. Colin Murray-Boyles had a huge block on Jared Allen. Did you guys see that one? Did you see that one? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he brought the pain. He brought the pain. The place was rocking tonight. The defense that Colin Murray-Boyle was bringing, the Raptors more physical. They were bringing it tonight. The crowd, everybody was bringing it tonight. It was a sight to see. All right. And I told you, CMB was recognizing that they were showing him no respect, sagging off of him. And so he was being aggressive and had 18 points at the end of the third quarter. And once again, the number that I was looking at were if the Raptors were winning at the end of these quarters. And they were up 83-81 at the end of the third quarter. So I was paying big attention to that as well. All right. Battle and Lawson need more playing minutes. Well, I think we're definitely going to see some from Battle. Might see a little bit from Lawson, but we're definitely going to see more from Battle. Battle's big as well. Like, he has size, right? And so he can provide something for you from a defensive standpoint if he's on his game defensively. I don't mind seeing that at all. But let's get into the fourth quarter here. At this point, going into the fourth quarter, now you're just hoping that the Raptors can be steady here and finish this thing off, right? You're hoping that they stay aggressive. And when you look at the numbers in terms of points in the paint, the Raptors 60-40. They were plus 20 when it came to points in the paint tonight. Okay. Points conceded off of turnovers, 23 for Cleveland, 8 for the Raptors. And listen to this. Remember last game, the Raptors had 22 turnovers? Well, guess what? Tonight, the Raptors forced 22 turnovers for Cleveland. And the Raptors had 12 turnovers. So they were plus 10. Cleveland with turnovers, 22-12. That's huge. That is huge. Okay? The Raptors, starting that fourth quarter, I mentioned to you before, Pirtle looked like he was actually doing something out there. There was one point when he had a mismatch on Merrill, actually decided to keep the ball in ISO, back him down, and turn for a right-handed jump hook. Wow. I said, wow. Pirtle is actually being assertive in this game. Thank you very freaking much. It's exactly what we needed in your 18 minutes. Thank you. So now Battle's into the game. And Battle comes in. He drains a three after hitting a floater. And we're like, damn, Battle's giving us something tonight. 5 points. Wow, he did his job. That's it. Battle, you came in. And listen, sometimes when you bring your bench pieces into the game, you're looking for rest, right? For your starters, and you're looking to be effective if you're your player coming off the bench, and be effective in whatever role suits you. You have to be a star in your role. And the one thing you have to do is you want to try to make sure that the game doesn't get worse. We're not saying it necessarily has to be better when you're in the game, but you at least got to try to maintain. And so Battle comes in the game and does exactly what you need him to do, which is his strength. And it's what we all know that he can do, is shoot the damn ball. Shoot the ball. And the shoot is what he did. Battle drills another three. And then he drills another three. And then he drills another three. And you're just like, what? Are my eyes deceived? Jameson Battle. He goes crazy. And then RJ drills a three. I mean, it was just threes all around. Threes all around. But, Harden was still making me nervous before we busted this thing wide open. The Raptors, I still see there are some defensive miscommunications, right? Like there's some time when they're switching and they both end up leaving the primary ball handler, whether it be James Harden, for just a second. And James Harden just launches in and shoots a three like it's nothing. And you're like, damn, really? I mean, if the game was any damn closer. But these are the small things that you have to clean up. When you're watching film, you got to make sure that those things don't happen. Battle had a great game. Let's not go overboard. Battle and Lawson are impact bench players at best. Need our starters to be consistent. 100% agree. 100% agree, because you're only going to go as far as your best players are going to take you. There's no way in hell, and I mean no way in hell, that you are going to expect Jamison Battle to be able to come out and do anything like that on a regular basis. We're happy he did it tonight, but there's no way that's happening on a regular basis. Seems like pro sports can get a little tricky when you have to appease contracts, draft picks, egos, etc. 100%. That is just facts right there. It is the truth. It is the truth. But you see now, when your back is against the wall, right? When your back's against the wall, now you're desperate and you're forced to make adjustments. And so I'm happy Darko made these adjustments. I wonder if anything would have been any different if he made these adjustments earlier. Even Pirtle was decent tonight, says Real Truth. The only player who has been disappointing all 3 games is BI. Let's be honest. Yeah, you're right about that. But you know what? We managed to pull off this one at home. If you can continue to get something out of Scotty and RJ and CMB and add BI, maybe you can get game 4. Maybe you can get game 4 as well. It started with Scotty trusting Battle with the first paint pass to him. He did. And you know what? That's really good about Scotty. He's so unselfish and he does trust his teammates. They seem to have a nice chemistry with each other because, yeah, we have to remember, RJ, Scotty, BI, they've never been in anything like this together before. They're learning on the fly here. This is a part of it. There's growing pains. They're not going to go from being ass for 3 seasons to all of a sudden being in the conference finals. No. It's a learning process, and they're going to be learning in real time together while we watch them do it. It's going to be tough. They're playing against some really stiff competition. You got 2 nightmare guards on the other side, and it's going to be tough, but we want to see what they're made of. We want to see what they're made of. The first 2 games weren't great, but damn it, they stepped up today. They stepped up today. Losing tough games are a part of it. Winning big games are a part of it as well. Let's not quit on BI yet. We're going to need him if someone else has an off night going forward. You're damn right. Damn right. And I'm glad you said that because people do have to know and understand that. Don't give up on BI. He hasn't played well in this series. We all know that. It's the truth. But that doesn't mean we're not going to need him going forward. He'll get to the film. He'll watch what's going on. They'll watch and see where he has to make adjustments. And they'll make the necessary adjustments, hopefully, and try to get himself going. Get to the free throw line. Get to the free throw line. Continue to be aggressive. We shouldn't equate Battle to Lawson as players. Lawson has never been as accurate as Battle. Battle isn't a unique 3-point prospect. That is very true. That is very Um. Anyway, I'm going to get to your comments. Nothing more that I want to talk about in regards to the notes. I'll talk with you guys a bit before we get out of here. There's about 10 minutes left in the show. So let's have some discussions here quickly. Super impressed tonight with the way that the Raptors came out. The city needed this one. You did not want to be swept here. You didn't want to be swept. And you won in convincing fashion. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you need to get off to a good start. You don't want to be coming from behind. You don't want to be coming from behind. Scotty's got to continue to be aggressive early. He's got to continue to be aggressive early because when Scotty is aggressive going into the paint, the field goal attempts that you're going to get, the percentage of him scoring is going to be higher. I'd rather him have the ball being aggressive going to the basket because it's a higher percentage bucket than kicking it out for bricks. Scotty needs to continue to be aggressive, and that's the one thing. Remember, we talked about that as well when it comes to RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett. I'm going to drop another one, damn it. Okay? RJ Barrett is a guy that you never have to worry about being aggressive. And so people can say anything they want about RJ Barrett. He just showed you once again why he's him. And RJ ain't looked at one of the stars on this team. He's not one of the stars on this team. But damn it, he can star in his role, which is being an aggressor night in and night out. Because he's like a release valve for Scotty and BI. If one of those guys are not playing well, which we just saw from Brandon Ingram all series, that's what RJ's there for. He'll go out and get it. He will go out and get it. Your problem is, this is real Trouty talking to... This is Trouty talking to the brother. Your problem is you think he needs to drop 25 to 30 a game or he's not paying for his contract. Who cares about his contract right now? It's time to win 4 games against the Cavs. You get it any way you can. Get it any way you can. Get it any way you can. Someone else above mentioned pulling him from the starting lineup. Pulling who from the starting lineup? I think that's a bit much. Just make your adjustments in game based on what's happening and how he's performing. Pulling who from the starting lineup? BI? I hope you're not talking about BI. Hell no. Are you crazy? Ain't no way in hell. No way. Mike, the focus of going to the rack was the difference. We aren't a high three-point shooting percentage shooting team. We can't get into a three-point shooting contest with the Cavs. We don't have the personnel for that. Agreed. Do it from all 3 levels. I told you, if Brandon Ingram's strength is his shooting is from mid-range, pull up and shoot the mid-range. Pull up and shoot the mid-range. If that's what your strength is, do it. Do it. If that's your bread and butter, which we have seen that it is from Brandon Ingram over the course of the season. Nana says, with us being the underdog and winning big in game 3. Now, for those who are wondering when Nana says being the underdog, Cleveland was the favorite, 2.5-point favorites to actually win tonight. Does Darko sit quickly even if he's ready to go to keep him in his back pocket? I don't know what's going to, you know what? It's interesting. I'm not sure what the update is on quickly. Obviously, he didn't play again tonight, clearly. I'm wondering if he plays on Sunday. I mean, I guess we're going to be wondering that every game with Quickly now at this point. We're going to be wondering what it is. That's just what it is. We don't know what the hell is going on with Quickly. Okay? At this point, I'm just expecting him not to play. If he plays, he plays. But I'm expecting him not to play. Pulling BI? Hell no. Absolutely not. Listen. It's clear. It is clear that if the Raptors are going to be successful going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Colin Murray-Boyles is going to have to play a lot of minutes. It's just a fact in this game. Did y'all see in the fourth quarter? I think it was in the third quarter, but it might have been the fourth quarter. When Donovan Mitchell had the ball on the perimeter, he dribbled into the paint and ran straight into Colin Murray-Boyles and just collapsed. Colin Murray-Boyles is a brick wall. He's a brick wall. I mentioned this before. Last game I worked, I think, was in February maybe, or maybe sometime in early March or something like that. And somebody told me there that physically, from a physical standpoint, Colin Murray-Boyles is pound for pound the strongest guy on the team. And I think I did mention and tell you guys that before. He's just flat out freakishly strong for a rookie. You don't find them built like this for rookies. You just don't. And so a lot of these guys are going to have to find out the hard way going up against one Colin Murray-Boyles. The guy looks like he eats hardo bread and warm water for breakfast. And I'm not just talking about a slice. I'm talking about the whole goddamn loaf. Okay? He's a big dude. He ain't playing around. But if you're going to win this thing, Colin Murray-Boyles is going to have to be out there because you're going to need him on both ends of the court, especially defensively. But you're going to need him to score for you as well. Where was I just going to go here? I saw some more comments. And let me just start here. BI has learned a lesson. I think I got that. How did I get all the way back up here? Let me go down. Howdy, Mike. Hope you are hyped for CMB and Battle's performance. Super hyped, James. Super hyped for his performance. King Jabby. I'm happy Mamu was benched. All he does is complain. Well, if you got to get benched at this point, you got to get benched. But I'm hoping at some point we see the Mamu that we saw in the regular season, because the Mamu that we saw in the regular season does work. Does work. So I'm hoping that Mamu gets it together and starts splashing threes and doing what Mamu does. Mike, what adjustments do you think the Cavs will make in light of tonight's performance? Trouty, don't spoil that. I'm going to have that answered for you in tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to release it tomorrow, but I do have some content coming for you guys coming for you guys that you guys are really going to appreciate. And I'll answer that. Quickly may hurt the team if he's a shell of himself. He could be right there. Coming off a hamstring injury, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a very good idea to have him. I mean, you can give him a few minutes. It'll be on a restriction, of course. But as of how much he's going to play, I don't think he's going to be playing much. Roach, no negativity today. Buckeye battle the Cavs killer. Barnes Barrett battle the killer bees. Giovanni, what is up, man? Giovanni's super active as well. Appreciate the content, Mike. I hope it keeps going into round 2 of the postseason. Listen, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you all very much. Can't do this without you. So always love having you guys here, talking to you guys live while I'm doing the show. And can't wait to speak to you after game 4. Hopefully the Raptors can get the win there as well, but we're going to have to wait and see. And I will have content for you in the meantime before we get to that game 4. Instagram at MikeRoach7 on IG. If you guys have never been to my Instagram, go check it out. At MikeRoach23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the Mike Roach Show. Also, if you haven't already done so and you enjoy the show, please hit that subscribe button. When I'm looking at the statistics for this show, I still see that 65 to 70% of the people who are watching this show are not subscribed to the channel. No need to search. Hit that subscribe button so when the episodes drop, you will be hit with a notification if you put your notifications on for me, and you'll be notified right away that the Mike Roach Show is happening. So I will see you guys again on Sunday, but I'll also see you before that. Thanks for being with me. We will talk again soon. Make sure you get in the comments, and you already know that I will get back to you in the comments. I always do. For the most part, I typically do. But that's it. Raptors crushed Cleveland 126-104 in Toronto. See you guys again soon. Peace. And I'm out.